Hello there everyone and welcome back. I'm back from my holiday there and we're ready to get back into some Battlefleet Gothic, although I am suffering from a little bit of a cold there, so you'll have to bear with me on the next few videos at least there, as I'm sure there's going to be a lot of coughing ensuing and getting in the way of some of these videos. So without further ado though, we did get a handful of matches with Crooked last time, and as much as I would have loved to continue to fight more Eldar, we got ourselves at least a good variety and managed to put Tau in his place, despite the fact I was in like close range with a Bastion of all things. So despite the losses, I still felt good about that one win, at least, if nothing else. So let's see if we can continue on with my leveling there, because I am genuinely curious how I am going to fight against Eldar. Because the easy way to fight if I was going to commit to a long range type of engagement would be to have like some shield transfers or some form of shield upgrades available to me. Only problem is I'm not going to have the option to get them until my ships start reaching level 8, or I cut back on some of my essential upgrades, which might be emission dissipators I could be willing to cut out if I desperately need to. Although a decision like that would ultimately be like for something with like ranked, maybe, I would argue. Considering I fight Eldar so rarely anyway, I think I'm fine with not being at least the most prepared against them. I just need to know how to fight against them before I can worry about specific upgrades, quite frankly. So that might be what I plan for if I encounter them again. Alright, it's time to get our battling underway, and we're fighting Space Marines, so right off the bat, I should have a good advantage here, depending on what I'm facing off against. Because with lances, I can easily penetrate his armor, and even with bombers, with the spoiler, I can do the same thing. Although I'm wrong. I was gonna say the spoiler might not be effective because of the heavy amount of macro weaponry, but that's not too terrible. It's just gonna draw a lot of fire. And to be honest, this honestly is a good opportunity to practice more with the spoiler as the bait and the slaughter to hopefully punish strategy. It may not be most effective because really, going Acrons, the devastation to Hellbringers is probably more potent. Definitely more safer, but I want to experiment with this more. Especially with an Idolator, with two Idolators at that, for that matter, to try and help chip it down. And I could actually fit in an Acron if I so wish. Do I want to do that though? Hard to honestly say. This is an interesting predicament. Do I want to go with the Acron and two Idolators? You would think the Acron would be better, but I like the idea of the Idolator kind of baiting a couple of boarding torpedoes and maybe some Thunderhawks over that way. And if I am good about defending them, then maybe I can get more value out of them than an Acron would. At least in comparison to a Hellbringer. I'm not honestly sure though. Because I don't think I need to rely on them for spotting, just to be able to contribute damage and just harass, ideally. So they won't be vulnerable, and they'll be protected by the spoiler's fighters as well, should they get randomly detected. At least if I have enough time to make them fall back. So that's my ultimate strategy. That's my plan. It's really the Hellbringers I'm going to have that goes forward and try to harass, especially with their beacons to kind of force an engagement, ideally. So I do need to set up these settings early. These profiles, because I'm noticing, yeah, my Idolators are set to broadside engagement, so I never did get around to changing that, and it's something I probably should do. Make things a little more convenient and make sure I know they're operating efficiently. Nonetheless, the Idolators are just going to run interception more likely, at least somewhere in the middle in front of the despoiler, at least initially. And the Hellbringers, as I said before, are going to detect and start harassing, and they also have the ability to deny orders, so I don't need to tell you how potent that is against Space Marines. Although I don't think it's at all possible for me to cause insubordination though. I don't think that's a possibility, even with the 6,000 U proximity for the Siren's Call. Yeah, because that's supposed to increase insubordination. I don't know if it works for Space Marines though, in all honesty. But if I ever see an insubordination of any kind, I will know that what that's from. And only 3 ships. Well, this is a giveaway, isn't it?
Command me
This is a damn good giveaway.
for the ruinous power.
Alright. So we're going to deal with his frigate pretty damn quickly.
Will follow you
And then he's going to have no vision, and then he basically loses unless he can get close with those battle barges. I'm assuming they're both battle barges anyway. And now I kind of wish I had my... I kind of want my idolators to go up front there, especially with the assault run attempt.
unstoppable.
And I have enough fighters to relatively dodge those missiles easily enough, but the Hellbringers will help make that a certainty. So I'm going to move them to engage and hopefully get a couple point defense shots.
Tremble, for chaos comes.
While the idolators try and spot our little friend. Nope, we're golden.
Show us something to kill.
Okay, he did launch a beacon.
Moving to those coordinates.
I got a gas cloud, so why do I care?
We've sighted an enemy ship.
Okay, that's good.
Command me.
Now, let it spot us, because he did waste beacons anyway, so it kind of was going to get spot already, right?
Ready eternally.
So I'm fine with this. Just kill this thing
Oh God.
and make it do absolutely nothing.
Tremble.
What a waste.
Your orders.
Although these torpedoes might still hit, because I wasn't paying attention to them,
Cruising
but they
speed
do
set
absolutely nothing of note.
for the ruinous
And the only thing I'm not aware of is, was the spoiler detected?
Command me.
Because that was the stupidest thing I ever seen. Poor frigates get suicided. And those torpedoes are immediately going to miss. Because I'm already positioned myself in a way to dodge that. I just got to navigate around this asteroid belt relatively well at this point. Oh, even tried to arc them. Although that second one might actually hit the spoiler, so we're going to try and get a little bit of assurances with the point defense contributing. We're going to at least try and shoot 1 or 2 of them down. Since I don't have emission dissipators, which this is one of those few cases where having it would be useful, because then I can freely boost without getting detected. But at least that tells me my spoiler's not detected,
Command for now.
if nothing else. So the end is kind of near.
Dark God.
I feel it might. And let's see.
Tremble, for
He's
chaos
firing
comes.
torpedoes straight to the spoiler. That's, well, more at the idolators, I think, in all honesty. So let me boost forward. Let me start detect them. Ooh, that worked. Oh, he is fired. He is shooting him angled. Oh well. The spoiler is kind of equipped to deal with that some. And these are just gonna run into the blind,
Just show us something to
intercept the torpedoes, and just dodge the beacons altogether. So no risk there.
chaos comes.
And get these idolators ready to start shooting. Torpedoes are not a threat, especially when I have fighters from the spoiler to help contribute.
Eternally.
I just gotta get in range, and then this is probably over unless he does something really aggressive that I'm not prepared for.
Ruinous powers.
But I do have Stasis Bomb to help with that.
Just show us something to kill.
Okay. So, did I just immediately dodge that from burning retros? That's kind of sad, isn't it?
Return to normal function.
I'm just gonna dodge both of them without even trying. This is cute. Oh, one of them might hit the slaughter, but... oh, never mind. Point defense did that for me.
Your orders.
So, just fire.
Break them in mind and body.
If he's gonna sit there, then I'm just gonna shoot him. Simple as that. It's gonna be a damn slow process, mind you, but he is making it easy for me. And again, I have this spoiler to do the real work. And what does he have? He does not have micro warp jumps. He does not have anything. And now this thing just needs to shoot. Okay, and is in range to shoot.
Show us something to kill.
Now, Slaughter, you just get ready to start chipping him down some, maybe. And also, are you actually in range? That might help with my problem a little bit. Having idolators in range.
Engines hot.
So, no fear for torpedoes. Oh, and you're in an asteroid belt. That's something I wasn't paying attention to.
For the dark gods.
Oh well.
Set
Torpedoes might hit some. Only light damage, though. Hell, that one didn't even do any damage, mind you.
engines hot.
And now just keep hitting it. And actually,
Gods.
get some bombers on it. And once his shields are gone, then I can just beacon and he can't hide at all.
Function.
A little silly, I'm not gonna lie.
Your orders.
But he is beaconed. He's not gonna be able to run now.
Function.
So just shoot this damn thing. Because I have the range increased for his slaughter, so
In course.
let's start breaking him down. If he wants to play that route.
Tremble.
And this thing is gonna start dying quickly. Already we took out like 300 health. And he doesn't even have vision yet. Okay, once he has a beacon, then maybe he can do something, but he's gonna be softened up so nicely. And with his shields gone, that's all good too. Okay, congratulations, you launched boarding torpedoes.
For the ruinous power.
I still have fighters that are oh, yeah, they went after his Thunderhawks.
Shooting speed.
Although even then, I still murdered his Thunderhawks and still the torpedoes, because apparently his torpedoes went after the wrong target.
Engines hot.
Now, let's focus
Engage.
and just kill this stuff.
Moving to the
There's not much else to do, aside from maybe getting full value out of my despoiler.
your orders.
So let's do that.
Cruising speed set.
And I'm going to hold off on the repairs for now and get you into armor-piercing rounds.
We'll follow your command for now.
Just take these things down, get the idolators moving, because they're not actually... Oh, they rammed each other. Something else killed them, no wonder.
Command me.
Alright. So that's almost dead, and once that's down, then I'm going to have a much easier time. Especially if I remember to use my damn Slanesh.
The dark gods.
I sadly only have... Oh, I actually do have an extra Slanesh.
We are unstoppable.
I probably could have done that earlier, mind you, if I noticed the lock-on earlier, but still. That helps with their damage output quite notably.
Your orders.
Now go in there and start damaging and hopefully kill this battle barge. That's all I really want at this point.
Tremble.
Just kill the battle barge, and then that greatly hinders his firepower, especially if the bombers are also getting their hits off.
For the ruinous
I don't know if the bombers already did their damage. So they're not going to do much more.
kill. Forward.
And is it possible we could just lightning strike? There. We won't let him have his battle barge. That was the most horrible thing I seen. Just sit there and do absolutely nothing. Just let me do the free damage. Mind you, these boring torpedoes can still be annoying, but that's only because I don't have defensive fighters to shoot them down now. So they are getting some hits at this point. But let's end this.
Slaughter them. We'll follow your command.
Let's hopefully kill this thing. That would be a shame if I canceled his warp only to not be able to kill the damn thing. Come on, ram me. Hit me. You don't have a brace for impact, so I'm happily going to take it. And your Master of the Forge is now gone. That was not exciting. It's a good gauge of how well I can do damage, mind you, at range, which, of course, with a bunch of ammo that's relying on being in close, it's not exactly effective. And I do need to be a little more swifter on denying those orders. I don't know how much shot or how many shots he got before I canceled that with the Slanesh favor, but it helps to negate that as soon as possible. To deny any benefit he gets from those bombardment cannons, because those things alone can murder me with the lucky critical hits, the almost guaranteed critical hits if he has a chapter master with the master gunner upgraded. So they're no joke. They're no joke at all, and the torpedoes we've already seen I can deal with really well, so long as I'm diligent about keeping my fighters up on the spoiler, and ideally not getting them shot down by sheer number of Thunderhawks, and of course being too close to his battle barge, which is kind of the awkward situation I'm just starting to realize with said despoiler. Because if I want to make use of armor-piercing rounds, because I'm honestly was expecting him to more come after me aggressively rather than him waiting for me to come to him. So normally it'd be alright, because he's just going to naturally get in armor-piercing range more often than not, and then my fighters are going to get shot down naturally as a result. But when I'm being the aggressor, I may want to hold off on getting close, unless I see maybe a brace for impact, but again, I could cancel that. So I am going to have to get a feel whether I want to be more defensive to shoot down his Thunderhawks and his bombers, or torpedoes rather, or get more aggressive to maximize damage on this thing. That I'm definitely going to have to think on. Well, we got ourselves a rematch this time, and it looks like we're going to have a bit of a different mission, so it's not going to drag on as long as last time, if nothing else. Although, with that said, I kind of failed with my idea of being super aggressive when I went up against Crooked there, especially since he went heavy bombers, which kind of helps him with my close proximity a little bit. Not to mention the fact I didn't actually have a devastation to help shoot down his fighters anyway, so I was kind of losing on multiple fronts there, being super aggressive against bombers and not having any form of bomber defense. So do I have to play a more passive route? And well, really, since this is a data recovery and not really an assassination, I honestly can't remember what match it was we played against Crooked, if it was a data recovery or assassination. But either way, I should be ready to do a lightning strike onto that really quickly. But of course, extended sensors would help so nicely for that, and now I kind of regret, since I forgot or didn't even notice I had a level 8 on my Hellbringer Mark II. I could have gone with extended sensors over shields, because I was thinking maybe there was no more upgrades I could have used, but I could be wrong. Extended sensors could have been better. I am just kind of trying to add inclusions on making my fleet more durable against the possibility of Eldar again is really all it was when I made that shield decision, because sadly there is no frost pattern shields to kind of just have any kind of resistance with my shields. So doubling the shield health seemed like the best idea, so I may actually change that. But we're bringing out the big guns this time. Lots of lances, lots of range. I still have one Akron that doesn't have the 15,000 units. Oh, but he's bringing a Vanguard. So long as I can spot him, I can shoot him. It's going to be tricky if he's going to completely avoid me. Again, I do have a bit of a weak link with this level 5 Akron. Also, where is he likely to deploy? Over to the left, so I'm not going to do any form of drastic repositioning, but what I'm going to do with the gas cloud there is probably just put my Akron with the lack of extend sensors over on the left, so at least he's more likely to deploy there to hide the rest of his fleet, and I can at least get full value out of my ships that way, arguably. But if he goes to the right instead, then this Akron's not going to get many shots off either way. But so long as I can hit him and reliably get his weaponry down, I do need to be diligent. I still probably want to be aggressive stealing the data if nothing else, because I still have 5 ships that I can field. 5 ships that can lightning strike, so normally this would means I have more ships that can board than he does, so I should be aggressive on that front if I can reach him. Which is going to be tricky considering he has a Vanguard with the data. So just brute forcing shooting him down would probably be a smart idea. Again, it goes down to what I said earlier about when I fought Eldar. All my weaponry is on the broadside, so if I'm trying to shoot him, it means I'm not getting closer to him, which means he could just evade me anyway. Unless I'm so lucky he's hugging the corner of the map, then I could kind of circle around with him. It's the only way I can abuse that broadside and still keep pace with him. And come to realize it, I'm not actually in the middle of the map, so I'm just going to move over to the left a tiny bit to be safe. Just to leave my options open, because I still got ridiculous range on all these ships. Minus the one Akron, which it's hopefully getting close to its level 6. We'll see. Oh. So he's not going that way, so we can do something about this. I just gotta make sure everything's moving and boost forward, because I got a mission dissipator. He's got a lot of defenses, but all this tells me is he has a bunch of frigates. You know what that means as far as him being able to board me, in all honesty. He can't really board me at all. So long as I don't ram myself and use up all my cogitators, we're golden. And he could just hug the edge of the map all he wants. I just gotta make sure I have vision. And is he gonna do the bad thing and burn all his cogitators? I think he might. Or his combustion gauge, rather. So, I'm just gonna keep my cogitator going and just shoot them all day, I guess, is the name of the game.
Cruising speed set.
Because we already know about the frigates, and they're all missile frigates anyway.
We've sighted an enemy ship.
Just keep shooting this thing. Because, yeah, this Hellbringer can just steal data right away.
For the
And if I can't shoot it, then... Actually, let me just board it.
cruising speed set.
Just get the hell out.
Tremble. The chaos comes.
Let's not play with our food, shall we?
Ready eternally.
Ideally. Since he wants to go that route, he's gonna fail miserably, I guess. Now, just stasis bomb, kill the frigates, because I want the renown. He's making it easy for me. And I do have sets still set as the priority, do I? No, it's not anymore, so... Just kill the frigates. I accidentally locked on, so that was not intended, but... I'll take it.
Moving to those coordinates.
I will take it regardless, and the lock on to have some extra critical hit chance.
Something to kill.
So these have been really simple matches, needless to say. And with him having a level 6 battle barge, I do want to say he's Admiral level 8, so I don't think he's getting like any bonus points out of this. He's just gonna get to keep his Vanguard. For now, and even then it was dying really fast, I'm not gonna lie.
For the dark gods.
So, what's left to do? Just wait for the timer. This unfortunately has been the most underwhelming series of matches so far.
Cruising speed set.
Oh well. I will happily take the renown regardless. The renown is much welcome, but we might... What I'm thinking here is I'll probably just do a few more episodes of Chaos and maybe we'll start mixing things up some.
The ruinous powers.
Although I am still eager to practice more against Eldar, but
Just
it almost never is going to happen anyway. Also, he's warping out for me. Not that it matters, because I don't think this thing could suffer from a lost in warp effect with it warping out. At least I never did check to make sure, but I get the feeling it doesn't. Oh well. That was a very straightforward match. It didn't drag on, at least, if nothing else. Because we had an actual objective we had to accomplish, so it's not like I had to wait till I killed this fleet. Nonetheless, I like that setup there. It was nice at killing off his frigates really damn well. Damn good at killing the frigates. And I don't think if I had the overcharge for those Acrons, that would mean they'd be getting critical hits more often, which means they'd die even faster. Ah, what a glorious day. Popping a bunch of frigates all day for like 1 or 2 salvos worth if I can get any form of critical hits on them. That would be nice. Although I still need some renown. Oh, and the other Hellbringer leveled up. So hold off on the idea of getting 800 renown for my favors, actually. So, let me just upgrade the Heretic, because my crew points are a bit of a mess, disorganized some. Just a little bit. Hell, even these 2 Hellbringer Mark 1s have different crew upgrades. They're on the same crew, mind you, but I prioritize them differently, apparently, so... Now that just goes with what I said earlier. Extended sensors, I think this is more universally useful for like certain objectives anyway, like that data recovery we just saw. Rather than having to rely or prepare for Eldar, although I still do need some kind of upgrades or skills towards fighting Eldar to help with a long-range engagement, assuming that's the right route to go. Because being aggressive, again, is probably not a good idea when your weaponry is all on the broadside. Unless I ran with the Slaughter, that's the only thing that probably works there, because it has the speed and weight, and hit points actually do good ramming damage. Well, looks like we're getting another rematch here, although there may have been another player still in the queue, because I was waiting for a little bit this time between the second match and this one, so I did not dive right into it, I'm just going to say, but with this being assassination, him being the defender, this is going to relatively go the same, I want to argue. Only difference is I don't got an easy way to just win the match by stealing the data and flying away, so I need to commit more. And of course, We saw he's willing to try and circle around me there. We saw that, so I need to make sure I have the mobility to kind of combat that. Which is going to be tricky unless I want to bring in another Hellbringer. Because right now, this one Mark II is the only thing I have with the mobility to chase him. Which may not be terrible, because I don't even know what he's going to do just yet. These Acrons can... if he's going to hug the middle of the map, I can kind of still do damage to him relatively well. Again, this lack of extensive range, funny enough, is making this Acron feel so much of a liability. It's kind of weird, isn't it? Because we're already at basically 12,000 unit range, and the extra 3,000 units sounds so essential to have, at least for this type of mission setup. It's kind of essential if I'm going to be chasing him like I'm probably going to be doing. It almost allows me to shoot from the middle of the map just about. Nope, no, he's going with the big guns, so this is going to be tricky. I need to get super aggressive at hitting him and somehow cancel his warp really well or destroy his generator. This is probably not going to work for me. I'm going to proclaim it now. If getting aggressive is going to cost me a match against Crooked there, this is probably not going to go much better. And that was a Chapter Master Battle Barge too, so if this is like the one situation where changing your Chapter Master to increase your troop value would actually be really damn good, because it makes it all that much more impossible to try and cancel his warp, especially if he has any improvements on his troops there. Although I don't know how much exactly it boosts the troops even further, but when you account for the point defense, that is almost impossible to board, even after destroying some of its point defense, so we're going to have to see what I can do here. I'm going to have to stay in the middle, because he's got lots of opportunities to, like, at least get cover, and their only gas clouds are really in the middle of the map anyway. Only thing I got really going for me is I can start hitting early. I'm just probably not going to get the convenience of hitting the battle barge unless I can get so lucky to hit the generator. But I'm going to proclaim it now. This is probably not going to go well for me unless I can somehow get close enough to do a good amount of boarding on him and get multiple cancels on his board. I doubt that's going to work. Even with the spoiler, would that have been a good idea? If I fielded the spoiler, in all honesty, he could have just gone with a Vanguard and circled around me, and there'd be nothing I could do about it. It investing so many points in something so heavy. So I don't think that would have been a good idea either. But he is in the corner. He's only got 3 ships, so that's fine. Now let's turn hard, go in, and we'll give him a good greeting. So 2 strike cruisers and all that. And we're going to go straight into his torpedoes. At least try to. Worst case, we only take 1 torpedo hit. At least with the Hellbringer. And these 2 could potentially dodge torpedoes. I just got to dodge and then turn immediately. I'll take these hits gracefully. Because so long as it's only 1 torpedo, it's still bad damage regardless.
Just show us something to kill.
Now, let's get the silent run maneuver going. That was easily negated. And it denied his boring torpedoes. Haha.
Cruising speed set.
Now I need to be able to focus down this damn thing and kill its generators. Because now I just got no torpedoes I have to worry about.
Your orders.
In all honesty, with him fumbling at it. Okay, here is again my level 6, or my lack of extended lances is working against me again.
Just show us something.
Because it's not contributing to damage.
Retro's activated. Command me.
So let's just keep hitting this damn thing. Not much else to do.
Powers.
Its supercharged voice shields are gone.
We have sighted.
And I just don't want to go after the other ships. There's not much I can do. We have like 90 seconds left and I haven't even gotten through the shields just yet. And I'm shooting at a ship I don't care about either. Who wants to bet that was the level 5 Akron that did that? Although, I gotta get ready to try and kill this thing off. Now, lock on is my only option here, so let's try and get that lock on.
Return to normal function. Setting course.
Of course, Acheron needs to be hitting.
Retros activated.
Somehow needs to hit.
Moving to those
Which is going to be hard, because these two ships can't actually move anymore.
retros activated.
If they're going to continue shooting.
Engines hot.
Oh, actually, I have Slaanesh. This is not as bad as it may sound.
Command me.
I'm just not going to get an ideal firing arc just yet.
I'll follow your command.
And again, this does go with the theory I want to test a little bit.
Retros activated.
Which is, if I can do something about... Oh, there's his lock on, but I can kind of cancel that. Just like I can... Oh, I only got one Slaanesh, so I can't get too excited just yet, honestly.
Engines hot.
Can't get too excited about that, but
We are unstoppable.
I am trying to hit his generators, because I want to save that for the warp out.
Tremble.
I did jam it, right? It doesn't look like it's been jammed. Okay, there we go.
To kill.
And everything's kind of hitting, so now we just gotta shoot this thing.
Tactical
And hopefully kill it. Because we're damaging everything else.
coordinates.
And just get out of the way here. Well, hopefully these things still do damage. I'm waiting for it to warp out, because we got a good angle to try and hit it.
Tremble. Chaos.
Now, can I actually kill it though? Probably not, not when I'm ramming myself.
Tactical cogitators engaged.
Let's see.
For the dark.
Because I let the lock on go mainly because I do need to keep the Slaanesh available.
For now.
Of course, if I play a long range game, you know that's just asking me to lose.
Ready eternally.
Okay. Only hope I have now is maybe killing this thing.
Adjusting rotation.
Now,
To show us
get these Acherons shooting. Because it seems like they're not doing a good job of the actual shooting part.
command me.
Come on, Acherons, get moving.
Unstoppable.
I need you to do all the damage you can.
Execute.
This thing's about to die in a moment. And it's still have yet to kill the generators, go figure.
Adjusting rotation.
I'm doing bad on the control front here some.
Prepared at once.
Just a little bit, but we are now doing some really good damage to this thing. Only when his shields are down, but... Now, moment of truth. That did not cancel the warp, that is good to know. It's unfortunate, because I doubt I'm going to cancel the warp any other way.
Return to normal function.
Nope, did not cancel the warp.
Engines hot.
I was kind of gambling that I could do that, and of course now the generator decides to die,
Guards.
and I don't have the firepower to straight up kill this thing.
Unstoppable.
It is going to get out without a doubt, I think, even with all this firepower.
Ready eternally.
I tried. I really did try. I was kind of gambling that Slaanesh would actually cancel it. And of course, if I waited, or if I popped it early, like when his warp jump thing was available, apparently it would not have mattered because he waited so long for the warp jump anyway, so burning Slaanesh early would have been a bad idea too, so I don't think there was really much I could have done about that, at least with this composition. If I had the spoiler and slaughter with the better close range potential, that would have been really good, but again, we saw he's willing to go with a Vanguard to try and outrange me, so you know if he had the Vanguard for that match, I probably could not have done anything about it, so in a best of one, basically for persistent mode, I have no way to really know what he's fielding. So that's one of those situations where I almost lost just the sheer luck, because my board attempts were like all 11%. In all honesty, would it have been seriously better just to lightning strike? He would have had maybe 12 point defense, so that would increase the chance to board him by 20 for like These Acherons had 3 boarding attempts, so it's probably not actually better. Maybe for the Hellbringer, Lightning Strike would have been better, but not so much. And come to think of it, I did board with the Hellbringer early before he did the warp jump. So I missed out on that, but again, to be fair, this thing was about to die and actually survived that battle too, surprisingly enough. But we found Chaos's weak point, huh? You just abuse super durable units. But again, might a Spoiler and Slaughter could have killed that thing with the armor-piercing rounds. I don't think that would have been no question. It just comes down to I need to figure out what he would field if I'm going to do that maneuver.